Draymond Green has not responded to Karl Anthony Towns because there's nothing to respond to when it comes to Draymond Green. Draymond Green is a provocateur. That is the absolutely correct word to describe Draymond Green. Provocateur. What's the definition there? Provocateur is a French meaning of one who provokes. A provocateur is someone who intentionally stirs up trouble, dissent, or illegal acts, often to discredit a group or get people arrested. All right, well, that's a little extreme in this situation. But this is exactly what Draymond Green is. He's going to stir up something. He's going to rile up something. He's going to create a narrative. He's going to do this thing. And I know I said he's responding to Karl Anthony Towns, but there's nothing to respond to. This guy has something against Karl Anthony Towns. And Karl Anthony Towns, Cat hasn't even said anything to this guy, and he keeps going in on him. So let's watch this clip, and we're just going to go what it is. And I'm going to stop the clip when we get the context of it. But let's just go in, man.
Share those interactions. OG Anunoby and I were sitting there having a conversation. And he came and joined in.
So the context of this right here, when he says OG Anunoby and I were having a conversation, this was when, and I made a video about it, calling the Knicks soft, because they were in this situation. Draymond Green straight up owned them. This was after the game, Warriors, at the Knicks at Warriors, and Draymond Green and Karl Anthony Towns kind of had that little scuffle, that heated conversation at the, whatever you want to call it, at the end of the game. And that's what that's referencing. This is what this is referencing.
And he came and joined in, talking, and he told me that, hey man, you've been talking you gonna start talking in the last minute and a half of the game. You're a front runner. Now, one thing Karl Anthony Towns can't do is call me a front runner. His voice changes too much to call someone a front runner.
So we're going to continue, but this is my problem with this kind of culture. Like, I'm better than you, thou shalt not. It's like, bro, your problem with Karl Anthony Towns, just call him soft, dude. Just call him what you really think. Call him the names that you want. My problem with people that don't like Karl Anthony Towns is they don't attack his game. They attack him as a personal player. Gilbert Arenas did it. Draymond Green is now doing it. And it's a lot of name calling. They're calling him out of his name. He's zesty. He's this. He's that. Dude, can you... It's like, it's just low hanging fruit. You're attacking somebody because of the way that their voice sounds. Do you understand how corny that you understand how corny that is? It's like, why are you attacking him? Like, what's your problem towards him? Okay, you don't have any problems. We know what it really comes down to. You really don't have any problems with Karl Anthony Towns as a player. You have problems with Karl Anthony Towns as a human being, and that's what it really comes down to. There's something in Draymond that doesn't like Karl Anthony Towns for who he is, not how he plays. And that's what it really comes down to. But he masks it like, oh no, I just have a problem with him as a player. No, you don't, bro. No, you don't. Say what you really feel. This is unfiltered time, and Draymond Green is letting you know. His voice switches too much. What does that have to do with anything?
His voice changes too much to call someone a front runner. Because we don't really know which cat we get in saying that. For those that watched that Knicks game, I was talking the whole game. I always talk the whole game when I'm in that mode, and I was definitely in that mode coming out, as you could see by the first post up, and he tried to back down and the wall didn't move, and you try to back down and the wall didn't move, and then you try to and the wall doesn't move, so the 7 foot 209.
So here's him calling him soft. Here's the soft part. He had to get there. Here it goes.
90 pounder versus the 6'7".
And by the way, remember, he did the same thing with Zach Edey. Was it a season ago or a couple seasons ago? Either 2 seasons or a season ago. He did the exact same thing with Zach Edey. But Zach Edey actually stood up for himself, and you don't see it anymore. Do you guys remember? Draymond Green went in on like Taylor Jenkins or like the Grizzlies coaching staff, and he said Zach Edey is soft. He's too big to be playing like this. They're coaching him the wrong way. This. The next time that him and Draymond are matched up against each other, Draymond Green like tries something and Zach Edey like stands up for himself. You don't see that same treatment that Draymond gave because he actually stood up for himself. The problem with Cat, and I agree, he is soft. The problem with Cat is that Draymond can say this, and then not only can he say it, but he can do it to Cat all game, like he just self-admittedly said. And Cat does nothing to stand up for himself.
Guy that's 240 pounds, then shoots a falling fadeaway off one leg, and brick. We're going the other way, and when he catch the ball, I'm looking like, and the bench see it, and then they see that man can't move the brick wall, and then he misses the shot. So you knew right then and there, the look on my face, how Stackhouse called it, get serious when the guy gets serious in the post, how I got serious, and nothing came of it. And then we go down again and again, and he tries to post up again, and nothing came of it. And then later in the game, in the first half, he tried to post, and nothing came of it. The next one, he went middle and like, shot this fadeaway going middle. Nothing came of it. So I was a little baffled at how, one can be a front runner when you ask the guys on this bench. They was witnessing it. Me talking to him the whole game. He too little. That's what I kept saying. I think he too little. My mind, just for y'all out there, in my mind, I'm 7 feet, 280 pounds. At least that's the size of my heart, maybe even bigger than that. So, he say you front runner. And I'm laughing at him. I'm like, front runner, I've been talking to you the whole game. You decided to stay quiet the whole game. Your coaching staff tried to get me off you. Mike Brown started talking to me, started talking junk for him. Rick Brunson came off the bench, started talking junk for him, like, hey, you gonna get off my man. You gonna get off my man, Dre. We ain't doing that. You gonna get off my man. I'm like, OG, I gotta get at him. I gotta get at him, OG. He like, no, you gotta get off my man. OG Anunoby tried to take her for him. OG like, man, Dre, let him live, man. You gotta get off it. Front running. They ain't coming up the last minute and a half if that's only happening for a minute and a half. I just said some choice words to him. Nothing disrespectful, by the way. I ain't calling him out his name or nothing like that, but just said some choice words of what I think he is on the basketball court. But then I also proceeded to say, but by the way, your dad is amazing. I love OG Towns, man. He's incredible. His energy is the same. One thing I respect about OG Towns is, and I said this after the game too, me and Cat had our little back and forth. We were talking. I got a lot of respect for Cat and what he's done in this league, the basketball player that he is. Anybody that can produce at that high of a level for 10 plus years in this league, you deserve respect. But we're going to always have them battles. And I'm going to always step up to that challenge and want that challenge and be who I am when that challenge is taking place.